Hey guys, Mandy here from the Body Reset. I'm a clinical nutritionist, and I want to take a few minutes today to talk to you about something that we see all too commonly with private clients coming through our coaching group. So, this is under eating, and I know when I say that, a whole lot of you are going to be like, no, that's not me. The potential is, though, that it is. I would say a significant portion of the people that we see actually, to some degree, are under eating. Often it leads to overeating in the end, but it begins with under eating. So, I want to talk about four signs that your body might be presenting to you that could be a little bit of a sign that perhaps you're under eating. And then some things we can do to deal with that. Okay. So, four signs first. One is fatigue, makes sense, right? Fatigue and or significantly fluctuating energy levels through the day. So either you wake up really tired, or you just can't get going in the morning, or perhaps you have that really marked energy slump, 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Or perhaps you find that you just feel completely smashed when you get home from work, end of the day, just post dinner. Okay, those would be real big signs to me that you are not supplying your body with the energy that it needs throughout the day for it to maintain its function really well. Okay, an adult human body can't function without fuel. Okay, and unlike your car, which if you don't put fuel in, it will just stop. The human body doesn't just stop. We don't just stop when we don't feed ourselves, but a whole lot of functions in the body don't work so well. The body's economizing, it's trying to keep us going, but maybe we can turn that off, okay? And so your energy will wind down because your body is conserving what it's got because it knows nothing's coming in, okay? So fatigue is the first one, and it's really massive. The second one is feeling cold all the time. Now, there's some people are just like, oh, it's always a bit cold, you know, they're the ones that need a jersey on when everyone else is in a t-shirt. And here's the thing, when you're massively under eating calories, and total energy across the day, your core body temperature actually decreases. Again, it's an economy thing. Maintaining body heat requires energy, okay? And so if it's not coming in, the body will be like, "Ooh, we'll nudge that down a little bit because we can save some energy for other more crucial needs by doing that." So feeling cold all the time is another key sign. Another one is constipation. Okay, constipation is probably something people don't want to talk about, to be honest, but it's something that is pretty common, and it's really not a good thing for our health. But the reason that undereating can lead to constipation is just there just isn't the bulk going through. Okay, our body's digested, it's taken what it needs, and there's just not that much left. So, particularly when we're undereating vegetables, okay, because vegetables give us that bulk and fiber and all of that as well to pass through the digestive tract. And because the digestive tract is all muscle movement that is moving stuff down, it actually needs something to kind of move through. So, constipation is another big one. And then the last one, and this one seems a little bit odd, but difficulty losing weight. If you really struggle to lose weight, I know that the first thing in our head is to reduce calories, okay, and reduce energy going in. But actually, if you're under eating and your body is turning down your body heat, it's turning down your energy, it's turning down all these things to try and just maintain and keep you going, it is not going to let you lose weight, okay? Our body is wired for survival, and survival means maintaining whatever we have at whatever cost, okay? So obviously in the very long term, if you're massively underweight forever, you would lose weight. That's called starvation. It does happen. But in the shorter term, and if we are actually still getting some energy going in, it's very likely that if you are actually under eating consistently, day to day, you will really, really struggle to lose body weight in any way, shape, or form because we just don't have the energy and the capacity to expend energy throughout the day, which is what helps us maintain muscle, which is what helps us maintain our hormones, and what helps us lose weight ultimately in the long term. Okay, so to lose weight, you actually need to make sure you're eating enough. So that's a couple of signs that you could be under eating in the first place. What are some things we can do about this? How can we actually fix this on a day to day? So the first thing I would say to you is don't skip breakfast, okay? This is the first thing that people often will cut out when they maybe want to lose some weight, or if they think they are eating too much. It's like, well, I don't feel that hungry then anyway, and I can get to lunchtime easy enough, and we'll call it fasting and it's all good. But it's really false economy. What we commonly see is that people will either skip breakfast or eat a really small breakfast, and then your next meal will be a bit bigger, and then your next meal will be a bit bigger, and then you binge after tea because you're just really hungry because your body has expended all this energy through the day. Its needs have not been met in the time that you've been active, and so afterwards you have to do catch up. and you'll feel extremely hungry at that time, so you want to catch up. So don't skip breakfast. I would say really significantly, if people just start eating a really good breakfast and particularly protein in that first meal of the day, it's going to bring your total calories up a little bit, which is going to be necessary if you're under eating, but it's going to help to stabilize your energy and all those other things through the day. Gets the body going, gets the metabolism going, and it's eating at a time which is when our body is most sensitive to the food that we're putting in, okay? It's much better to eat food earlier in the day than it is to pack it in at 11 o'clock at night. So that's one, don't skip breakfast. The next one is stop having coffee or drinks to mask your hunger. I hear this quite a lot. People are like, oh, I felt a bit hungry then, but I just had a coffee. Don't. If you're feeling hungry, it's a good thing to listen to it and actually think, what does my body need right now? If I'm feeling hungry, maybe I need to give it something. If it's really not a meal time, like a normal meal time or time you normally eat, maybe you didn't eat enough at the meal before. So look back, what did your meal before contain? Was it big enough to sustain you for 3 or 4 hours to your next meal, okay? Don't have a drink to kill your hunger. If you're hungry, listen to the signs, okay? Another point here that we can do that can change how we eat as well is to stop grazing between meals. There's a little bit of an issue here with grazing because a little bit of food going in might be just enough to take the edge off your hunger so that when it actually comes to your mealtime, you don't actually have a proper meal. Okay, so it means that maybe your meals end up being too small, which is going to lead to hunger after the fact, and then you graze again, and it creates this kind of scenario that goes round and round when you never eat a proper meal. Okay, and not only that, there can end up being a little bit of guilt associated with it as well. So you kind of get to your dinner and you're like, wow, I ate all that stuff while I was getting dinner ready. So then we think we need to eat less, and then maybe overall it actually ends up in a net negative, and we haven't eaten enough across the day. Okay, so keep your meals, decent and consolidated into one kind of time in the day, and really enjoy them, and don't have any guilt around those because you need that energy. And the last one that I want to talk about here is knowing that hunger is a good thing. We have kind of, it's really easy to get a bit scared of hunger, especially if you're wanting to lose weight because you're like, oh, I don't want to eat because I want to lose some weight. And I hear this quite a lot with people who are starting exercise. I'm like, oh, I don't like doing that because it makes me really hungry. I'm like, that is a good thing. You should be feeling hungry, okay? Hunger is a good sign in our body. It is a sign that our body's working well. It's a sign that our metabolism is working. It is a sign that all of the hormones and neurotransmitters and connectors between our brain and our stomach that are going to keep us alive and keep us thriving are connected and working well. So hunger is a good thing. We just need to know how to deal with it, okay? It's okay to feel hungry, but it's also okay to satisfy the hunger with a decent meal. So those are my 4 tips for you. If you think you might be under eating, definitely don't push it down. Have a think about it. And like I said, often the scenario is that people are under eating and then reactively overeating, maybe in the evening, maybe in the weekend, or something like that. So it may not be under eating all the time, but the under eating is the root cause, okay, that leads to that overeating later on. So we need to address that part of the picture first. And if you've got any of those signs like the fatigue or the feeling cold or the constipation or just that difficulty and struggle losing weight, then I really suggest you think about what sort of energy you're getting into your day and really front loading your day with good energy and not saving all those calories and energy till the end of the day when it's going to be much harder to control and make a good choice there. So what I have for you today, I have a document that we've put together that is a little bit of an explanation of how to really plan a plate well, okay? And this is a really cool tool for you guys to use in order to help you not undereat at all those meals, okay? So you can use this tool, how to plan a plate, to plan a really good breakfast, talk about getting your protein in there first, getting some vegetables in there, etc., etc. And if you do this for 3 meals throughout your day and then have potentially one balanced snack in there as well, that's going to be a really good start to get you on the track to nourishing and feeding your body probably what it needs to really function. So if you would like that how to plan a plate document, please just comment. You can comment plate in the document in the comments section, and we will get that sent out to you. And I hope that's helpful. Please ask any questions if you've got them, and we will endeavour to get in touch. Have an awesome day, guys. See you later.